I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And today we're going to be talking about I can't escape the breakup. Well, Margaret, one of the things that's so difficult for us is always feeling like the breakup is everywhere, both around us in our environment, but internally too. Because we just can't turn it off. We can't turn off our mind from...
It consumes us.
Yeah, the thoughts. It's
totally
like,
consumes
It's
us.
just like a magnet where it just keeps drawing us back in. And even when we try not to think about it, we can't help it. You're in the car, you're in the bathroom, you're in the shower. It doesn't matter. It just keeps coming back up.
Yeah.
So sometimes we desperately are like trying to get away from it, right? We're just like, I wish I could stop thinking about it. And then what happens? We wind up at work where so-and-so just saw your ex with this new so-and-so, or your family member just bumped into them at the store. Somebody in your life that knows them is coming around giving you the information.
Right. That desperately you feel like you want because you want to know how your beloved is, but if you're here they're looking really good and happy, it's not going to make your whole day.
Yeah.
Right?
So it can get really exhausting because it just seems, you had all these people in your life that know about your relationship,
right,
and now they're constantly giving you information. And while it feels like, oh, I need this information, a lot of times it just makes us feel worse.
It makes you feel worse. The other thing is, I think you're in such a traumatized state, you tend to believe everything you hear. Okay?
Yes, that's a
and
good
when you're
point.
in a traumatized state, you do believe everything you hear. And you can't help it. It's very hard to screen it. And then you start saying, well, this person is having a good time with other people.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong? There must be something wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that we've noticed lately this happens in almost every case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to get information from somewhere.
Yeah. There is at least one third party somewhere who is friends with, our client and with his or her ex-partner.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's more complicated than that. A mutual friend tells my cousin, and then my cousin tells me, for example.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's hairdresser knows his or her mother and a couple of the aunts.
Yeah.
Okay? And so it can get extremely convoluted, all right?
And the more convoluted it is, the less accurate the information is going to be.
That's absolutely right. But it
like
can
a game of telephone.
Yeah, yes, exactly like a game of telephone. Exactly right. And it's very tempting to encourage it, all right? Recently, I talked with someone who had a third-party friend who was familiar with the details of the sex his former girlfriend was having with her new partner. Now, give me a break. Number one, why and how do you know that?
Mm-hmm.
And number two, why are you telling this poor man?
Yeah.
All right? You can imagine how stressed and obsessed and upset he was. Recently, I talked with someone else who every time she got a report that her ex was looking good out there, went into deeper despair because she believed everything she was hearing and was sure she would never get him back.
Mm-hmm.
All right? At other times, I've heard of parties who were broken up with having numerous contacts with their ex's family. Okay? I just heard this again recently. Sometimes it seems that they're trying to communicate things they weren't able to say in person. So I just had somebody this week who was very busy calling her ex's family to see, how they were and how they saw things, and really if they thought there was any chance of them getting back. Now, it would be nice to say goodbye to your ex's family if you're not going to see them anymore, but I think there was much more to this.
Yeah. And a lot of times they're going to give information that is just inaccurate.
Yeah.
I saw her the other night and she looked really happy.
Yeah.
Well, just because she looked happy for 12 seconds when you saw somebody doesn't mean that they're happy.
And glad they broke up with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that they're not going to come back around again.
And the other thing is sometimes people are trying to send a message through the relatives. Be sure you tell so-and-so that I called to see how he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's always that part, too.
You mean the dump E is doing that?
Yeah, the dump E is doing that and saying, so it's a very complicated business. Sometimes it seems like, they're trying to communicate something, and sometimes just checking in on the person's well-being.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to say goodbye to extended family, that's okay, but eventually somebody's going to get really angry if you continue to call their extended family.
Yes. Yes. Right. That's going to happen for sure, and it's so tempting. Should I reach out for this or that? And I wouldn't recommend it. No. I made that mistake.
No.
I made that mistake. It doesn't help. It feels like it's helping because you're
I'm sure it really probably relieves your anxiety.
Yeah, because you feel like you're still involved in their life. Yeah. You feel like you still know what's going on, and you're not.
Oh yeah, then that makes you feel like you're still involved. Of course.
Yeah, like you're still connected, and you're not pushed away. When really, that person, if they haven't chosen you, you're unfortunately out of the picture. You know what I mean? It's their decision.
Right. Yeah. So there are numerous boundary violations here, right? Mm-hmm. It's not a good idea under any circumstances, even if they're not so emotionally charged, to carry messages back and forth between two parties. Doesn't work in families, doesn't work with friends, doesn't work, period. Yeah. If you have something to say to somebody, you need to say it directly.
Yeah, you'll just make it worse.
Yeah.
Something could get easily misinterpreted.
Yeah.
You don't want your ex getting any kind of secondhand information that can, would you tell him this or that?
Yeah, would you tell so-and-so? Yeah. Yeah. So there are numerous boundary violations here. Don't carry messages back and forth. And it's much better for people to communicate directly. If you do communicate through someone else, there's always a chance for distortion or for a hidden agenda.
Yes.
Some people would love to see you get back together. Some people would not. Okay? So anytime you get a third party in there, you're risking a distortion and a manipulation. That could come from who it was broken up with, or could come from the person who's carrying the message.
The person that you're getting or giving the information to could have a hidden agenda.
Absolutely.
They want you broken up for whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
Or they want you to get back together for whatever reason. It's not accurate. No. And, I had a situation... and I think I've kind of brought this up in the past with the Applebee's, where I had a mutual friend who I thought I could count on, but it turned out I didn't realize she was literally a pathological liar. And so now I don't know what she may have said to my ex or didn't, because at the time when I did talk to my ex...
I remember that.
Yeah. You remember who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't know what damage she may have done. And I thought this person was loyal to me and trying to help me out, but didn't realize she really wanted to date me, where I had zero interest in her. There was no way I would ever date this person.
I don't think she had a good intention to her name.
No.
No, if I recall that.
And she really enjoyed messing with people's life.
Didn't she? Yeah, it's like she was moving chess pieces around. Yeah.
She liked to play with people, toy with people, and everything was a game of manipulation and stuff. So... looking back, I look at it and I'm like, who knows what she did, what damage she done. Yeah. She may have said all of these things that I was secretly telling her and violated that friendship.
She might well have. She was not trustworthy. But, you don't know in that position. No. You're not thinking clearly and critically.
Yeah. And because she had never done anything like that to me before, I didn't think she was capable of it. But indeed she was. Yeah. And my ex at one point did say that to me. Like, what she did to that guy. Remember what she did to that one guy? She had lied about being pregnant. She had faked being pregnant.
Oh, nice.
She went and she just told him that so he wouldn't break up with her. So she was like, and then I realized, what am I doing? Even though my ex broke up with me, she was an honest person, whereas this person was not.
Yeah, but you're no dummy, and she managed to pull it off with you.
Yeah.
So she must have been quite good at what she did.
Oh, that she spent her whole life doing that.
And there are some people who are very skilled at manipulation. And who find it amusing.
Yeah, and of course it's more of an extreme example, but it can happen and you'd be surprised. And you don't want to take the risk. That's the point. Don't take the risk.
Don't take the risk. Here are some, those are mostly my thoughts on all of this, but here are some other people's thoughts. Now, this is a quote. "I would love to hear what his mom thinks about this," says a heartbroken girlfriend. "If it's not his mom, it's the best friend who really liked you, the sibling you used to drive to soccer practice. It doesn't matter who it is. After a breakup, you can't help but wonder what your ex's inner circle is saying about you, especially those in the inner circle who really liked you."
Yeah.
And people really do wonder about that, but they really liked me. They can't fix it. If your partner doesn't want to come back to you, and you can't control what anybody says, and it won't make a whole big difference anyway. But sometimes I think people frantically contact the extended family in an effort to sort of get the family to say, "What are you doing? You know, you don't want to give this person up." What I'm saying is, don't bother. Put the energy into your own recovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was one funny gentleman I came across on the computer, and I wish I could have recaptured more of his article, but it was kind of in British Irish English, and it was hard. But the one quote I did take from it is, "Did you ever ask yourself, why the hell is this person telling me this?" I thought that was to the point.
Yeah.
How nosy and unempathic can you be?
In other words, if somebody's telling you something inappropriate or that makes you feel worse, you wonder, why are they telling you this?
Right. Yeah.
Because sometimes they just don't think.
They
don't think it through. I got this information and I want to be the one to share it.
And probably most people do it benignly, but there are those who don't. And that's what we're warning you about, is beware of counting on any third party to carry messages.
So you're going to find that there are going to be many times where you feel like you can't get away from it because other people that know you in other settings keep bringing it up. Do your best to contain it to a small amount of people that you feel like you can really trust. I know how difficult it can be where you feel like you have to get it out and talk to everybody, but it's going to work against you in trying to repair things. And the more people that know about the drama and everything that happened, the less likely it's going to be able to turn around because it'll get back to your ex too. Why did you tell him? I can't believe you talked to that guy about me. He came and told me, I saw him at the bar, that you were talking about me. And then you're thinking, oh my gosh, I thought I could trust this person.
Yep.
And you couldn't.
Right. And who said what to whom is a very unfortunate game. I don't think anyone ever wins.
Yeah.
And many people like that game too. Yeah.
So it can be overwhelming, and you're going to have to try and find space emotionally for you to kind of get away from the breakup in whatever way you can. Go for a walk, go for a run, maybe go on a little vacation, whatever you can do. Go places, go new places. Don't keep going to the same places. I did an email coaching this week where the woman the guy broke up with this woman, and she went to this one particular establishment, and now he keeps showing up there. And it's like, she's like, why are you coming here? This is my place.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I find it soothing and relaxing to go there. No, you don't, buddy.
Yeah.
He's going because he wants to see her.
And leave me alone. Yeah.
But now that's the one place she loved to go, and she can't go there to get away. So maybe she can use that to her advantage. And I said, well, let him come over too if he wants to talk.
Yeah, I was going to say, leave it to him. You shouldn't have to rearrange your whole life.
Yeah, exactly.
The poor man is desperate enough to go there just to see you.
Yeah. So it's interesting how people will do things like that when he was the one doing the breaking up. It's very confusing.
He was the one who did the breaking up, but he was still going to keep an eye on her.
Yeah, exactly. And
make up your mind, buddy.
Exactly. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. Of course, when you want to get our help personally, just go to my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Margaret is available for Skype coaching.
Absolutely. Feel free to sign up with me as well.
Just click on Margaret on the top of the website to get in with her. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Margaret.
And we will talk with you soon.